hear me okay? Or do I need to? I'm good? All right. Is it 2 o'clock? Close enough? All right, I want to welcome everybody to the 84th annual meeting of Tri-County's EMC's membership. To thank you all for coming and attending. And at this point, I'm going to call Billy Jerles, the Board Attorney, up to call the meeting to order.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing well. My duty is to conduct the business portion of the meeting, and at this point in time, I would call this meeting of the members of Tri-County EMC to order. Hope that we have a good day. There'll be a moment for member input towards the end of the meeting. So at this time, I'd call Greg and give invocation, pledge of allegiance.
Thank you, Billy. Again, welcome. If you would, let's bow our heads and give thanks. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask your blessing upon today. We thank you for the day that you've given us to do your work. Today, dear Lord, we just ask you for humility to remind us to see the community around us instead of ourselves. We ask you to give us wisdom to do the work today that will bring glory to you and bring prosperity, hope, and promise to this community that we call home. Dear Lord, we just ask you for health, safety, and guidance in the coming year as we do the work of this community and the work that we've worked on for so many years to bring power and light and prosperity to our community. These things we pray in your name. Amen. If you would, if you stand and join me in pledging allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so with that, I'm gonna fill in here, and if we would, like to recognize the Tri-County directors here today. If y'all would stand, please, and be recognized. Thank y'all so much for your service here. And I guess from there, it is my opportunity to introduce our CEO. I'm sorry, our chairman, Ms. Brenda Green, who will bring her address. Get ready.
Thank you, Greg, and good afternoon to everyone. We appreciate y'all coming out today. It's a beautiful fall day and you could be doing a lot of things, but you've chosen to be here with us, so we thank you for that. I am the board chairman, and one of the most important topics that I report to you on from the boardroom is the financial standing of your EMC. The annual audit has been completed by McNair, McLemore, and Middlebrooks, located in Macon, Georgia. And following completion of their work, they did report to the board of directors that they found no fraud or issues of concern. And as a result, they issued us a clean opinion letter to the EMC. Your EMC is on a sound financial footing, and we are in good standing with all of our financial partners. The only thing constant about technology is that it's constantly changing, and it's very expensive. Since we last met, your EMC has continued to make great strides in improving the overall integrity of the distribution system. Our fiber project is nearing completion, and it provides the EMC with additional system intelligence and operational capabilities. It also has provided us the opportunity for bridging the digital divide in our service territory. And we do this by leasing excess fiber capacity to our subsidiary, who is doing business as Tri-CoGo. The fiber improvements will help us at the EMC to ensure continued consistency in providing power to your businesses and to your homes. Another investment and addition to our system is in progress, and that project is a new distribution substation, and that will be located in northern Putnam County. The new substation is needed to support the growth that we are experiencing in the Lake Oconee area. The substation is expected to be complete and in service as of December 2024. Wholesale power cost. I think all of you received our annual report as you registered here today, and as you can see on the back page in the pie chart, that over 60 cents out of every dollar that comes in here at the EMC goes back out to pay for wholesale power. Well, that cost is our single largest expense here at the EMC, and it's actually a cost that we have really very little control over. From generating the power to transmitting it over the power grid to getting it to our distribution substations, it's a complex and very costly process. Your EMC maintains a diversified wholesale power portfolio, and we do that to ensure reliability in the most challenging of times. Our energy portfolio includes coal, hydro, natural gas, nuclear, and solar. Plant Vogel's Nuclear Unit 3 went online at the end of July, and Unit 4 is expected to be online by the spring of next year. Those units are going to provide us with needed baseload generation that will serve Tri-County EMC and all of Georgia for the next 60 to 80 years. As you can see, the EMC business is capital intensive and it requires long-term planning. Your board members and staff work together to stay informed on energy issues and trends, and we strive to be forward-thinking as we strategically plan together for the long-term future of our EMC. I want to thank you for allowing us to serve you, and I assure you that your board of directors continually strives to be good stewards of the business that you have entrusted to us. That concludes my report, and next we have our CEO, Ray Grinberg.
Thank you, Brenda. All right. I want to thank you again for coming to our meeting here. Tri-County has a long and proud history of providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity to its members. From the beginning, the goal was to make the community better by bringing electric service to where someone else wouldn't. We continue that tradition by bringing high-speed broadband to our communities where others wouldn't. Greg will talk more about that. But whether electricity or broadband, our mission remains the same, improving the quality of life in the communities where we live and work. And I think we're very successful in doing that. We're owned by the members in the communities we serve, and that's an important distinction. You know, we're not an investor-owned company that's beholden to stockholders. We're beholden to the people that we serve here in Jones, Baldwin, Putnam, and the other counties that we serve. We're proud to support the schools and nonprofits that also serve our communities. We provide scholarships to deserving students and grants to charities throughout our through the Tri-County EMC Foundation to help make lives better for those looking to improve themselves. It's something I think we can all be very proud of. None of this, of course, can happen without the support of our members. It's you, our members, who donate to our foundation through Operation Roundup that make that possible. And I want to thank you all for that. Providing that electricity and broadband cannot be done without the hard work of the employees of Tri-County EMC. It takes a team to make it all work. From top to bottom, each employee spends each day trying to do their part to make the EMC work. And it does take a team, you know, from the customer service rep who takes a call and takes a payment to the lineman who in the middle of the night is going out to repair a down power line. In good weather or bad, 24 hours a day, we are here to keep the lights on and now the broadband connected. I want you, next time you're in the store, at your church, think if you see an employee, thank them. I'm proud of the work they do, and you should be too. And that's my words for today, and Greg will talk about our broadband project.
Thanks, Ray. Thank y'all again for joining us today. As Ray said, I'm Greg Mullis. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Tri-CoGo, our new fiber internet brand. It's an honor for me to represent the new fiber employees that are really doing tremendous work in bringing a broadband experience to our community. We've got a great team, and they're doing a fabulous job. Just this week, I heard a friend from up in Michigan who's in the co-op broadband space say, it's a really cool statement, I want to read it to you. We shouldn't be limited on the type of connectivity we have by the view out our window. That's a pretty powerful statement, as simple as it is when you think about if you live in a subdivision, if you live out in the country on a tract of land that you can't see your closest neighbor, but all you can see is pine trees. Maybe you look out your back window and you see one of our lakes. All of those folks deserve the same opportunity to have fast internet. And for 6,000 of our customers, we call them customers because not everybody will necessarily be a member, they're getting the same great speed, world-class speed, and a great broadband experience. So what does a broadband experience mean? What makes it great? Well, definitely speed is important, and we bring world-class speed, as good as there is. Folks in downtowns have nothing better than our slowest customer. We don't have slow customers. We have 2 speeds and they're both lightning fast. And we're proud of that, but there's more to that than great internet experience. First of all, I would suggest that it really starts with local support. Right through that wall, we have a team of local CSRs, engineers, customer service managers, folks getting fiber put in the ground. And when you call here, you talk to a person here on site, here in our local office in Gray and Eaton. And that's important. And that's something that none of our competitors can offer. And that's, I think, what's missing out of a lot of their product. One other thing that's really important is security. We do bring a product that comes with security features that protect your home network and your family, and that's important too, and we don't want to lose sight of that. So I'm proud to say that we've now completed 25 of the 30 zones. They're actually substation circuits, but we gave them numbers and zones that we promised over 2 years ago. So we've got 5 left. We have, since our last annual meeting, installed 3,147 internet accounts. That's pretty impressive. That is a growth rate in the last year of 122%. That's exciting. So I know there are a lot of folks out there who are still waiting to get service, particularly Brenda, I know. Brenda has volunteered to be the last person to get internet so that the rest of you can get internet a little faster.
I'm her neighbor.
And her neighbor. But we have been working quickly. We're putting in about 350 new installs a month. That's a growth rate of 6% per month. So we are working very quickly to bring that internet experience to those who are still waiting. So we appreciate your patience there. We're doing this while exceeding our revenue projections. We're very proud of that because there will be a return on that investment that the co-op members made for their community. We're also expected to have a positive cash flow early next year, and that's going to be probably about 2 years ahead of projections. So we're proud of that too. We're doing this efficiently and affordably. Based on our surveys, it sounds like all of you are thrilled with that service. We have a net promoter score of 92. Now, I don't expect everybody in the room to know what net promoter score means, but to achieve that score, about 97% of our members or customers would have to say, we would recommend you to a friend or associate. Now, in contrast, most of the legacy telcos that left you with bad service for all those years have an NPS score about 60 points lower. There's a difference. A lot of it is that local service, that custom install experience. That's what our customers expect from us, and that's what we're delivering. And we're very proud of that score and thankful for the trust that you've given in us. One of my favorite business writers is a guy named Seth Godin. He's written a lot of marketing books, very influential guy. He wrote a couple quotes, and I want to read those to you. They're short, but really powerful. The first step on the path to make things better is to make better things. Pretty simple, but I feel like we've certainly done that. The second one I like even better. Better is when we make the dreams of those we serve come true. I definitely think we've done that. It's hard to believe that there are areas that couldn't even get a cell phone connection that were using satellite internet and now have gig service. And I'm very proud of the work that we've done to accomplish that. It's easy for me to stand up here and brag about what we've done, but I really kind of like to let our customers' voices speak for themselves. So I'm gonna read you a couple of quotes from social media and from our surveys. There's never been another power or internet company that treats its customers like family. We love our service, best internet decision we've ever made. And I really kind of like this one. This is the best thing since sliced bread. Service is fantastic. We are so happy to cut the ties with our previous provider. Oh, and if you call, you actually talk to an American. Sorry, I just couldn't resist. And then this last one, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You kind of get the idea. And then they stop with, so glad to be done with satellite. Again, it's hard to believe we had that many folks on satellite because they couldn't get internet any other way. And like I said, we're fulfilling those dreams, and that's important. When you read stuff like that, it makes it exciting to come to work and do what we do every day. So I want to leave you with a couple of thoughts. We're certainly not at a point where we feel like we can drive a flag in the ground and say mission accomplished. We've got a lot of work left to do. As we said, we've got 5 zones left to complete. We're also working to complete some obligations with a grant project with a local community that we're very grateful for, because we are starting to figure out how can we grow off system and fulfill some of those dreams for our community that extends beyond our membership. We continue to look for grant opportunities. And then finally, as I said, we're gonna learn to grow, and we're gonna figure out ways to help others. So watch for that in the coming year. If you don't follow us beyond the co-op website or the co-op social media, follow us on Facebook, and watch for things as we grow. And most of all, just thanks for the trust you've given us. We appreciate it, and we look forward to serving the community.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the board report. Some formalities that we need to go through in order to finalize the requirements of the annual meeting members. At this point, we need to officially close the registration of members and balloting in order to finalize the vote counts. So at this point in time, I would entertain a motion to close registration.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, the motion carries. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Article 3.04 of Tri-County's bylaws provides for the determination of a quorum for your annual meeting. Attendance in person, by proxy, by letter of authorization, by voting by mail, ballot, or voting electronically of at least 150 members of the cooperative shall be required for the transaction of business at any meeting at which any meeting of the members. I've been provided evidence through ballots and the United States Postal Service that 1,533 members are counted in attendance by the methods I've previously described. I therefore declare that there is a quorum present and the business meeting of members may proceed. At this point, the bylaws require that we approve the agenda that was provided to you when you came in. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as was presented to you?
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you received proof of notice of the meeting via the Current Lines newsletter and the U.S. mail. Proof of the due delivery is before me in an affidavit, as I mentioned, from the Postal Service. From the evidence presented, it appears that all the requisite notice and proof of delivery has been complied with pursuant to the bylaws. Is there any objection to notice from any member? Hearing none, we will move on. Ladies and gentlemen, typically we would approve the minutes of the previous annual meeting of members. We have added that to the election ballot, and I will give you that vote total here in a few minutes. I don't believe there was any unfinished business from the prior meeting. Did anyone have any unfinished business? I didn't think so. Hearing none, there is new business to conduct. The Credentials and Elections Committee, met earlier today and back in April or June, I can't remember which. But Tri-County's bylaws in section 307 set forth that the Board of Directors shall at least 90 days before any meeting of the members appoint a Credentials and Elections Committee consisting of 9 members of the cooperative who are non-existing directors or known candidates for directors and who are not close relatives or members of the same household of existing directors or known candidates for directors, nor shall they be members of the nominating committee. It is the responsibility of the Credentials and Elections Committee to establish or approve the manner of conducting member registration and any ballot voting, to pass upon all questions that may arise with respect to registration of members in person, to count all ballots cast in the election or any other ballot vote taken, to rule upon the effect of any ballots irregularly or indecisively marked, and to pass upon any protest or objection filed with respect to the election or conduct affecting the results of any election. In the exercise of its responsibility, the Credentials and Elections Committee may request the advice of counsel, and I have met with the Credentials and Elections Committee just prior to this meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Credentials and Elections Committee has been Wendy Vaughn, Diana Simmons, Norma Hancock, Danny Kerwin, Hank Rand, Paul Gardner, Danny Blair, Ronald Cowan, and Frank Moss. So please give these folks a round of applause for their service. Section 406 of your bylaws states that at least 120 days prior to the annual meeting of members, the Board of Directors shall appoint a nominating committee. No member of the Committee on Nominations shall serve beyond the following annual meeting unless that person is reappointed. The Committee on Nominations shall consist of 9 persons who are members of the cooperative, 3 persons from each of the 3 director districts. No person shall serve who is an incumbent director or a close relative thereof or a known candidate for election. The Board of Directors shall convene the Committee on Nominations not less than 120 days before a meeting of the members at which directors are to be elected. If any person is unable to serve for any reason, the Board of Directors shall appoint a member to fill the vacant seat on the committee from the same director district. No person shall serve more than 3 consecutive terms on the Committee on Nominations. The cooperative shall post at least 30 days before the annual meeting of members a list of nominations for directors by district to be elected at the annual meeting. The committee may include more nominees than there are to be elected, but it shall show clearly which nominees are opposed with respect to the same director district and the same regular 3-year or remaining year term to be filled. Using a Tri-County petition form, any 50 members or more members of the cooperative acting together over their signatures not less than 90 days prior to the meeting may make additional nominations, in like manner listing separately the nominees with respect to the director districts for which they are nominated. And the Secretary shall cause to be posted for such nominations at the same place where a list of nominations made by the nominating committee is posted. The Secretary of the Board shall cause to be mailed to the members with notice of the meeting or separately at least 60 days before the meeting a list of nominations for directors by district to be elected at the annual meeting. There shall be no nominations for director from the floor as was held in the past. On Thursday, May 8th, 2023, the Tri-County EMC Nominating Committee met to consider nominations for the Tri-County EMC Board of Directors. At 6 p.m., the meeting was called to order and the nominating members present and in attendance were Brent Miller, Laura Hardwick, Jerry Shepard, Stacy Holder, and Chauncey Keaton. Expiring terms up for re-election was Post 1, District 1, Joan Twiggs and Bibb Counties. Dan Green is the incumbent. Post 1, District 2, Putnam, Jasper, Morgan Counties, Brenda Green is the incumbent. And Post 1, District 3, Baldwin, Wilkinson County, Sammy Hall is the incumbent. After a call for nominations for Post 1, District 1, currently filled by Dan Green, a motion was made, second unanimous pass to nominate Dan Green for the Post 3, District 1 election. No additional nominations were made. After a call for nominations from the Post 1 District 2 seat currently filled by incumbent Brenda Green, a motion was made and seconded, unanimously passed to nominate Brenda Green for the Post 1 District 2 election. No additional nominations were made. Then after a call for the Post 1 District 3 seat currently filled by incumbent Sammy Hall, a motion was made, second, and unanimously passed to nominate Sammy Hall for the Post 1 District 3 election. No additional nominations were made. No further business was conducted and that meeting was adjourned. There were no nominations by petition this year. Thus, the election ballot went out, and on the ballot, there were the director elections, the approval of minutes, and the bylaw amendment. Ladies and gentlemen, the approval of the annual meeting minutes for 2022 was approved by a vote of 1,445 to 24. The bylaw amendment, which was put forth by the Board of Directors to provide for an administrative record date to determine who was eligible to vote, based on the criteria I gave you just a little bit ago. The bylaw amendment was approved by a vote of 1,342 voting in favor and 84 voting against. Therefore, the directors being unopposed, Dan Green, Brenda Green, and Sammy Hall are all each re-elected to a 3-year term. Now, having stated those formalities and concluding any of the election matters, is there any new business any member would like to bring before this meeting? Hearing none, seeing none, the agenda items for the 2023 annual meeting of members have been completed. No new business has been brought before the meeting, which is unfinished. And therefore, as the chair of this business meeting, it's my duty to now declare the business session adjourned. Thank you for your time and attention. Is there anything else?
You've got the,
Bill ballot, Anna. Anna.
The most important part.
The fun part.
right.
Excuse me, I about skipped over the good stuff.
You got it? You and Christopher gonna do it? I'll hold the box.
Yeah, shake it up really good. For those that don't know me, my name's Anna Smith. I'm the communications specialist here at Tri-County EMC. And all members that voted this year were entered into a drawing for a $500 bill credit and one of 10 $50 bill credits. So we'll draw first for the 500 and we'll save it to last.
Right.
Gotta grab hold of it first. Alrighty. Now we'll begin the $50 bill credits and we'll start. Alright, first one is Kathy Kendrick. Second is Geraldine Lankford. Third is Linda Humans. And number 4 is Candace Christian. Number 5 will be Brandon Neff. Six is Pat Patterson. Thank you, Ray. Now I don't have to dig at the bottom. Number 7 is Marilyn Phillips. Eight, Sheila Hamilton. Last 2. Number 9 is Vicki Brown. And then 10 is going to be Alan Robertson. And the $500 bill credit winner is Donald Rogerson. And that is all I have. That concludes the meeting today.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else?
Yes. So thank you all for attending. At this time, I would open the floor to any questions or comments from members of the cooperative that would like to have a chance to ask a question or speak. Sir.
I like to speak.
All right.
I'll try to be brief if possible.
We would appreciate that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll try to be brief. I'm taking information taken from the, can you hear? From the Epic Times, September 20th to 26th, 2023. Page 7, the high cost of mining for electric vehicles. From 2017 to 2020, they tripled the demand in lithium, a 7% spike in cobalt, and copper is supposed to double by 2035. United Nations claims that the green energy is to increase by 500% by 2050. Half of the global population could be living in water scarce areas by 2025, plus 700 million people will be victims of population displacement to insufficient water by 2030. To produce these minerals of green technology, copper, lithium, cobalt, nickel, and graphite require vast sums of water. Lithium, for example, uses 1,892,700 liters of water per metric ton. Copper uses 378,534 liters per metric ton. And out in the Thacker Pass lithium mine in Nevada is opposed by ranchers and Indians because the called dewatering. They pump down the water, and a lot of times it does not come back from where it was. Okay, let's see. Thacker one says, this John Haddon, director of the Global Basin Watch, says that the mining takes a lot of water. Dewatering is a concern in Argentina and Chile. Other factors involved in these batteries are so heavy that they impact the roads. Plus, one man who had one said every year he had to replace his tires. Okay, then also in the Democratic Republic of Congo, 80% of all these rare minerals come from communist China. They're using slave and child labor in the Democratic Republic of Congo to get this, so you can have these electronic vehicles. Okay, let's see. What happens if you have a fire like in Hawaii? You have a hurricane or tornado or lightning knocks out these charging stations. What happens? Let's suppose you're in Minnesota in the wintertime. You're having a heart attack. You've got two choices: electric vehicle or a gas-powered vehicle. When it gets so cold, batteries do not work. This is just a flim flam. Also, right here, average 623 million losses. EV maker lines up to get 1.2 billion taxpayer subsidies. That's in North Carolina. Ford lost $5 billion on these electric vehicles. GM says, oh, we gotta wait 2 more years to start this. This is pie in the sky. This is a flim flam. Anybody should know this. If you want to buy one of these vehicles, go to it, because you should know what you're getting.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions or comments for the EMC or for the board of directors? Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I'm Tracy. I probably don't need this. Anyway, I just want to say I've got my last child graduating from college in December, and I want to thank the Tri-County EMC because both my boys were won scholarships, and it helped put them through college, and so I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We're pleased to be able to offer those scholarships. Any other comments? Well, if not, please make sure you take lots of cookies with you. Got your door prize or whatever we were handing out, and drive safely home. We look forward to seeing you next year. And thank you again, and I'll wish you an early happy holidays. Thanksgiving's just around the corner. I can't believe it, let alone Halloween, Christmas, New Year's. So thank you very much.
I rounded up the